Hello, my name is Hutchinson and I am the Health in Schools lead for Waltham Forest Council. I'm also a youth mental health first aid instructor. In this short video, I will be providing guidance on how to take a whole school approach to building a resilient school. Often when we think of resilience, we think of the ability to bounce back. So overcoming adversity, dusting ourselves off and getting back on track. Evidence shows that resilience can contribute to healthy behaviours, higher qualifications and skills, better employment, better mental well-being and successful recovery from illness. Schools are in a key position to build resilience amongst their pupils and staff. One way that schools can do this is through the whole schools approach. A whole schools approach to building a resilient school considers not only students but staff and families as well. A whole school approach is characterised by addressing all aspects of school life and not just focusing on academic attainment. There are several core elements to the whole school approach that can be broken down into leadership and management and policy development, school ethos, culture and environment including pupil voice, learning, teaching and curriculum planning, provision of support services and targeted support, staff professional development and health and well-being needs, partnerships with parents, carers and the whole community, and monitoring and evaluating outcomes. For resilience to be embedded in the school, it is essential that senior leadership is on board. Having mental well-being champions in the form of governors and school staff is essential to oversee work and to ensure that they are maintained. It is also important to have a mental well-being policy and to make links to this policy through other wider policies. Staff and students spend a lot of their waking hours at school. It is therefore important that it is an environment that reflects resilience through a whole school ethos or culture that is supportive, provides a sense of belonging and offers positive relationships, and where students are involved in decisions that impact on their emotional health and well-being. Resilient skills can be developed and promoted through both the dedicated PSHE curriculum and the wider curriculum. There are a lot of resources to support teachers and they can be accessed through organisations like the PSHE Association, Anna Foy's Mentally Healthy Schools, Young Minds and the Healthy London Partnership. The Department for Education has produced a new training module for teachers to support them in giving lessons on the government's new Relationship, Sex and Health Education curriculum, which will make mental health and well-being a compulsory part of pupils' education. Some students are at a greater risk of poorer mental health and poor resilient skills than others, for example young carers. Providing targeted support and specialist provision for these pupils is therefore essential. There are many services that schools can work with to build a resilient school. An example of this is the school nursing service. For a directory of local support services your school could work with, contact your local authority. It is important for staff to access training to increase their knowledge of emotional well-being and resilience. Promoting staff health and well-being is also an integral principle to the whole school approach. The Department for Education recently committed to developing a well-being charter for school staff. This will ensure that school staff well-being is monitored, will break down stigma and will create a whole school culture to supporting staff mental well-being. Family play a key role in influencing children and young people's resilience. Schools should work in partnership with families and can also benefit from engaging with the wider community that surrounds them. And finally, there are a variety of tools that schools can use to identify students' mental well-being needs. It is equally important to monitor and evaluate any interventions that you implement in the school. Examples of validated tools that can measure mental well-being in young people are the Sterling Children's Mental Wellbeing Scale, the Warwick Edinburgh Scale, and the Strength and Difficulties Questionnaire.